Hello there, so I am a YouTube artist, which means that it is my duty to find new and innovative things to paint on, because just a standard canvas is just not enough anymore. It's kind of getting to the point where I'm like, do I paint a toilet seat right now? Is that the thing that's going round? But the other day I was watching one of my all-time favorite YouTubers. Her name is Mariah Elizabeth. She is such an amazing YouTuber. I love her videos so much. And she had the genius idea of painting paint palettes. And I don't mean actually just using a palette as its traditional way. She was using it as a physical canvas. I just thought it was a great idea. I asked her if I could use it and she said that I could, so thank you to Mariah. I then took it upon myself to try and find the perfect palette to paint on. That was a lot of P's. I didn't want a plastic palette and I did not want a porcelain palette. I wanted a wooden palette because they're flat, they're smooth, and I love painting on wood. So I went onto Amazon. I was like, hey Amazon, help me find the perfect palette. And I located a set of 4 wooden palettes, which was great. I thought they'd be like a nice cute size. And then they arrived. They're bloody huge. I thought they'd be like half the size, and they're not. So that's why you read specifications of the stuff that you buy on the internet. But it's okay, I can work with this. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm very excited. Give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see me try painting on a second palette or another palette next time. But yeah, for now, I'm excited and let's get started. Okay, so I never truthfully know what to talk about when I paint. Like, hi, this is me painting. You're watching paint dry. I don't know what to say, so I guess I'll just let you know what I'm doing as I do it. So my first task here was to figure out the placement of my little baby Yoda, because that's what I decided to paint. For some reason I have a really hard time placing my art central to pretty much whatever it is I'm painting on. So I was like, you know, do I paint this vertically or horizontally? I looked at a few references and I just realised that I wanted to paint him and his little floaty crib gravity defying thing, and it felt best horizontally, like this, or maybe like that, or wait, maybe like, okay, this works. I then just did a little quick sketch on the palette. That is not a palette, that is a palette. So once I did my sketch on the palette, I then picked up this magical stuff. It is called clear gesso. I remember once painting white gesso onto a wood panel, and it kind of like, it broke my heart a little bit to be covering up wood, so I was very happy that this existed. Now, can I open it without making a giant mess? Wait, yes, no, there it goes. So I painted all over it, and the reason why you want to gesso is not just because it helps the paint go on smoother, but especially on wood, it really helps to stop the paint soaking into it so much, so you'll be able to kind of save paint. Oh, crap. I know it kind of feels like, what am I doing this for? I spent like $18 on this stuff. Is it worth it? It is. It is worth it. And here we go. We are watching paint dry. Is it dry now? No. Now. No. Now. Yes. Yes, it's dry. You would be correct in thinking that as a storage container lid that I will be putting paint on to mix. Please don't judge me though. I don't have a palette. I just wanted to paint a baby Yoda because I love him and I want to adopt him. If anyone knows how I go about that, please send me an email at chloewantsababyyodababy@gmail.com. Thank you very much. So basically, I took my favourite paints, the Liquitex Heavy Body Acrylics, and I chose my favourite blues and greens. I also had a red and a yellow as well. You can create so many shades of green with just these colours, so I didn't really need a lot. And basically, my plan was just to combine several different shades of green and greenish blue to form him. I placed a bit of base down on the parts where his main greenish hues were. Basically, when I paint, I start with the colour that's most prominent in a piece. I'll put the colour down all over where the areas need it, and that just gives me a nice place to start. I'm also kind of a messy painter. I mean, I'm messy with paint. How did I do that? Oh. That. But also, I'm a messy painter because I just don't get the paint in one area. I just sort of get bored of painting the same area and the same part over and over. So I just pretty much paint wherever I feel like it. And you know what? That is okay. Everyone has their own way and technique of painting. I don't really think there's a right or a wrong way personally. You just kind of have to do what works best for you. So basically, my technique is just to plop everything down, the different shades of colours. I'm sure that's not the actual technical term to use, plop, but that's what I do. I plop it down. Also, notice how my phone comes out every now and again. This was my half attempt at making a TikTok of painting this to try and stay hip with the youngsters these days, but I kept forgetting to film it, so I don't have a TikTok video now, but the thought was definitely there, I promise. I'm probably going to be making a big Skillshare class soon. I'm actually really curious if any of you do use Skillshare. This video isn't sponsored in any means, so if anyone would be interested in seeing maybe an acrylic painting class, do let me know. I have the time more so now to do that. And I guess people are looking for things to do, so, you know, let me know if you would appreciate that or not. So blending with acrylic paint is very easy to do, so long as you put down a colour, and then a second colour, and then the first colour again, and you just keep going back and forth between the two before they dry. It doesn't blend as seamlessly as oils, but it's definitely possible to get a pretty seamless look. That being said, I love acrylic because it shows the strokes, and it's not perfect. I really like the rough look of acrylic paint. It's just kind of what I'm going for. And oh, look at that, I did a fancy angle change. I actually lost the little attachment thing that attaches to the camera and then clips onto the tripod. So this little camera here was balancing and holding on for dear life on the top of my tripod. It luckily didn't fall off, but it could have done at any point. I also realised now, watching this back, how scary it was that I did not give him eyeballs until much later on. He kind of looks like he's gonna haunt my nightmares. I also worked a little bit more on his ears as well. The sun was shining through his ear on one side, hence why there's such a bright deep red that fades into a lighter orange. I really wanted to try to portray the lighting and do the mixture of cool blue glue. That's a word. A mixture of cool green blue tones against the vibrant orange red warm tones. Oh yes, I forgot this part. So basically, I did a live stream on my Instagram whilst painting this partially, and basically here's just a clip of me talking to myself. I didn't realise that I was in frame, so this is lovely and flattering. It was so hard doing a live stream and painting at the same time, so props to the artists out there who can do it, because I cannot. It is very difficult. And here we go, finally! I filled in his eyeballs. No need to be afraid anymore. He is now a normal, miniature, wrinkly old baby creature alien with eyeballs. To be honest, this was really fun, and I know this is a bit of a spoiler because you've not seen the end yet. But I was really happy with how it turned out. I love painting on wood. It is so much fun. The hardest part, though, was trying to show his wrinkles. I had to back and forth a lot with the different shades of green to try and get the wrinkles as well as highlight the wrinkles as well. Sorry, Baby Yoda, you have a bit of a wrinkly face, but you're still cute. It's okay. In the reference photo, he had a lot of highlights that were pure white on his little potato sack dress thing he wears, and his little dress sack thing wasn't difficult. I literally just mixed some green with a little bit of red and white, and that's all I pretty much used to achieve the brown. And then when it had partially dried, I added some pure white and blended it in. The thing that's so great about acrylics is that no matter how much you mess up, you can always just paint right over it once it dries. Once it dries. That's what I really love about it. If you messed up a wrinkle or didn't give him enough wrinkles or make it wrinkly enough, I could just do it again when it dried. And finally, I also added in some reflection in his eyeballs, which consisted of me pretty much just mixing a bit of white, a bit of black, and a bit of blue. And it really kind of helped finish him off more. He looked a little less soulless like he did before. Next up, I added his little floaty gravity defying crib thing. Unfortunately, I didn't get this in frame very well because my main camera died at this point, but I did it. And finally, when my main camera was fully charged again, I just added the final features, like his little hairs on his head and more highlights that I forgot to add in the first place. Fixed up his hands, or at least attempted to. They kind of still look a bit like chicken feet, but that's okay. And yeah, you know, how is everyone doing? I'm curious. I mean, I'm basically just doing what I've always done. I'm a home bird, you know? I'm an introverted introvert in many ways, and nothing much has really changed for me. I sit inside, I paint, I don't leave the house in weeks. Actually, I was thinking of doing like a silly skit video where I just sort of jokingly show what artists are doing whilst they stay at home all day. Like, this is pretty much normality for us. So if you would like to see that, give this video a thumbs up. And finally, here we go. We have a baby Yoda. He does have a rather large hole in his ear, but you know, that's okay. It was kind of unavoidable, so I expected it. But this was 4 hours of painting. It was so much fun. I really had a good time painting this. I really recommend painting on wood if you've not done it before. I'd much prefer it to regular canvases. It's just, I don't know, I just really enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you're all staying well. And for today, that is it. So thank you again for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.